So let's start today's GK question discussion for SSC and general competitions. Question number 20. Which of the following Anglo-Maratha wars resulted in merging the Peshwa territories with the Bombay Presidency? Option 1 fourth, option 2 third, option 3 second, option 4 first. The answer is option 2 third. So the Third Anglo-Maratha War from 1857 to 1817 to 1819 was a critical struggle in India between the British East India Company and the Maratha Empire. The Peshwa surrendered in 1818. He was dethroned and pensioned off to a small state in Bithur near Kanpur. Most parts of his territory became part of the Bombay Presidency. The territories annexed from the Pindaris became the central provinces under British India. This war led to the end of the Maratha Empire. Which Peshwa signed the Treaty of Pasin with the East India Company? A. Raghunath Rao, 2. Narayan Rao, 3. Baji Rao, 2. 4. Madhav Rao. So the answer is option 3, Baji Rao 2. Baji Rao II, the Peshwa of the Maratha Empire, signed the Treaty of Pasin with the East India Company on December 31, 1802. The Treaty of Pasin was a significant event in the history of India. It marked the beginning of the end of the Maratha Empire and the rise of the British Empire in India. The treaty was signed after the Second Anglo-Maratha War, 1803 to 1805. The war ended with the defeat of the Maratha Empire and the British East India Company emerged as the dominant power in India. Under the terms of the Treaty of Pasin, Baji Rao II agreed to become a subsidiary ally of the British East India Company. Type 2, question number 1. Which of the following work is not credited to Lord Dalhousie? Option 1, merger of Punjab. Option 2, merger of Bengal. Option 3, merger of Mysore. Option 4, merger of Satara. Actually, this question, ignore this question. And this is a little wrong question. Question number 2. Which of the following events is not related to the era of Warren Hastings? Option 1, First Anglo-Maratha War. Option 2, Rohilla War. Option 3, Chat Singh Incident. Option 4, the establishment of the College of Helbury. So the answer is option 4, the establishment of the College of Helbury. First Anglo-Maratha War from 1775 to 1782, First Rohilla War of 1773 to 1774 and Chat Singh incident took place when Warren Hastings was the Governor General of India. Hastings was the governor of the presidency of Fort William and the first de facto Governor General of India from 1773 to 1785. Question number 3. Which of the following decisive battles had established the dominion of the British in India? Option 1, Battle of Palase. Option 2, Battle of Buxar. Option 3, Battle of Vandivash. Option 4, Third Battle of Panipat. So the answer is option 2, Battle of Buxar. The Battle of Buxar fought between the British East India Company and the combined army of Mir Qasim, the Nawab of Bengal, the Nawab of Oudh, and the Mughal king Shah Alam II on 22nd October 1764, heralded the establishment of British in Bengal and Bihar. The company received the imperial grant of the Diwani or revenue authority in Bengal and Bihar. All that was left to the Nawab was the control of the judicial administration. So the answer is option 2, the Battle of Buxar. Who was the Governor General of India during the First Anglo-Sikh War? Option 1, Lord Cornwallis. Option 2, Lord Harding. Option 3, Lord Dalhousie. Option 4, Lord Canning. So the answer is option 2, Lord Harding. The First Anglo-Sikh War was fought between the Sikh Empire and the East India Company between 1845 and 1846. Sir Henry Harding was the Governor General of India during this war. The war resulted in partial subjugation of the Sikh kingdom and cession of Jammu and Kashmir as a separate princely state under British suzerainty. So question number 5. The British annexed Punjab after defeating the Sikhs in the Anglo-Sikh War in the year. Option 1, 1839. Option 2, 1835. Option 3, 1845. Option 4, 1849. So the answer is 1849. So the British annexed Punjab after defeating the Sikhs in the Anglo-Sikh War in the year 1849, which is option 4, 1849. On 21st February 1849, the East India Company decisively defeated the Sikh Empire at the Battle of Gujarat, bringing to an end the Second Anglo-Sikh War. Following the victory, the East India Company annexed the Punjab on 2 April 1849 and incorporated it within British India. Question number 6. The Battle of Buxar was fought between the forces under the command of the British East India Company led by Hector Munro and the combined armies of option 1, Mir Jafar, Sirajuddaula and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, option 2, Mir Qasim, Mughal Emperor or Mir Kashim, Mughal Emperor Shah Alam and Sujauddaulah of Awadh. Option 3, Mir Jafar, Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah II, Sujauddaulah. Option 4, Sirajuddaula, Sujauddaulah, Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. So the answer is armies of Mir Qasim, Mughal Emperor Shah Alam and Sujauddaulah of Awadh. So option 2 is the correct answer. So let's see the explanation. The Battle of Buxar was fought between the forces under the command of the British East India Company led by Hector Munro and the combined armies of Mir Qasim, Nawab of Bengal till 1763, Sujauddaulah, the Nawab of Awadh and the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. The battle resulted in the Treaty of Allahabad 1765, in which the Mughal Emperor surrendered sovereignty of Bengal to the British. When was Awadh annexed by Lord Dalhousie? Option 1, 1857. Option 2, 1855. Option 3, 1858. Option 4, 1856. So the answer is option 4, 1856. So let's see the explanation. Awadh was annexed to the East India Company under the pretext of misrule mentioned in the terms of the Doctrine of Lapse. On 7th January 1856, Lord Dalhousie ordered to depose Wajid Ali Shah. The kingdom of Awadh was annexed in February 1856. So question number 8. The formal British rule in India is understood to have commenced in 1757 after the Battle of Option 1, the Battle of Plassey, Option 2, the Battle of Vandivash, Option 3, the Battle of Buxar, and Option 4, the Battle of Cuddalore. So the answer is option 1, the Battle of Plassey. So the answer is the formal British rule in India is understood to have commenced in 1757 after the Battle of Plassey. So let's see the explanation. The Battle of Plassey was fought in 1757 between the East India Company headed by Robert Clive and the Nawab of Bengal, Sirajuddaula, and his French troop. Mughal Emperor Alamgir II was ruling the empire when the Battle of Plassey took place. The battle is regarding a historic turning point for British in India. It established political and military supremacy of the British in Bengal. So the option is 1, Battle of Plassey, which was fought in 1757 between the East India Company headed by Robert Clive and the Nawab of Bengal and his French troop. Question number 9. Battle of Plassey was fought between English Company and Nawab of Bengal in which year? Option 1, 1750, option 2, 1757, option 3, 1850, option 4, 1857. So the answer is 1757. Let's see the explanation. The Battle of Plassey was fought between Nawab Sirajuddaula, the last independent Nawab of Bengal, and the British East India Company under Robert Clive on 23 June 1757. It resulted in a decisive victory of the British East India Company over the Nawab and his French allies and the establishment of the company rule in Bengal. Question number 10. The British Parliament transferred the powers of the East India Company to the British Crown in option 1, 1856, option 2, 1858, option 3, 1854, option 4, 1860. So the answer is option 2, 1858. The British Parliament transferred the powers of the East India Company to the British Crown in 1858. So let's see the explanation. So under the Government of India Act 1858, power was transferred from the British East India Company to the British Crown in India. With transfer of all powers of the company to the British Crown, Queen Victoria, the then monarch of Britain, became the administrative head of India. The company's ineptitude was primarily blamed for the revolt of 1857. Question number 11. Against whom was the Battle of Plassey fought by the English company led by Robert Clive on in 1757? Option 1, Nizam of Awadh, option 2, Sirajuddaula, option 3, Murshid Quli Khan, option 4, Shah Nawab. So the question is, against whom was the Battle of Plassey of 1757 fought by the English company led by Robert Clive? So the answer is Sirajuddaula. So let's see the explanation. So option 2, the Battle of Plassey was fought between Nawab Sirajuddaula, the last independent Nawab of Bengal, and the British East India Company under Robert Clive on 23 June 1757. It resulted in a decisive victory of the British East India Company over the Nawab and his French allies and the establishment of the company rule in Bengal. Question number 12. In which year was the Treaty of Salbai signed? Option 1, 1773, option 2, 1799, option 3, 1794, option 4 1782. The answer is 1782. So the Treaty of Salba is signed on in the year 1782. So let's see the explanation. The Treaty of Salbai was signed between Warren Hastings and Mahadaji Shinde on 17 May 1782 to settle the outcome of the First Anglo-Maratha War. The Treaty of Salbai resulted in 20 years of relative peace between the Maratha Empire and the East India Company until outbreak of the Second Anglo-Maratha War in 1802. So question number 13. Dash was one of the first Indian rulers to lead an armed rebellion against the British East India Company in 1824 against the implementation of the doctrine of lapse. Option 1 Kittur Chenamma, option 2 Titumir, option 3 Jai Rajaguru, option 4 Pazhassi Raja. So the answer is option 3, option 1 Kittur Chenamma. So let's see the explanation. Kittur Chenamma was the Indian Queen of Kittur, a princely state in present-day Karnataka. She led an armed rebellion against the British East India Company in 1824 in defiance of the doctrine of lapse in an attempt to maintain Indian control over the region. However, she was defeated and died in captivity. So the answer is Kittur Chenamma. Question number 14. Which of the following regions was annexed by the British East India Company through the Treaty of Yandabo in 1826? Option 1 Assam, option 2 Kashmir, option 3 Odisha, option 4 Ladakh. So the answer is option 1 Assam. The treaty of so the region which was annexed by British East India Company through the Treaty of Yandabo is was Assam. So let's see the explanation. So Assam was annexed with British ruled India after the Treaty of Yandabo. It was the peace treaty that resulted at the end of the First Anglo-Burmese War. The treaty was signed on 24th February 1826 after 2 years of the war between British and Burmese. Question number 15. The Treaty of Lahore was signed in 1846 between the British Empire and option 1 Maharaja Kharak Singh, option 2 Maharani Chand Kaur, option 3 Maharaja Ranjit Singh, option 4 Maharaja Duleep Singh. So the answer is option 4 Maharaja Duleep Singh. The Treaty of Lahore was signed in 1846 between the British Empire and the Maharaja Duleep Singh. So let's see the explanation. The Treaty of Lahore was signed on 9 March 1846 between the British Empire and Maharaja Duleep Singh after the First Sikh War. As part of the treaty, the Sikhs agreed to hand over Kashmir and Hazara and Jalandhar Doab to the British. It was due to this treaty that Kohinoor diamond was handed to the British. Which of the following pairs of name of battle and year is are correctly matched? So 1 Battle of Buxar on 1764, 2 Battle of Plassey on 1757. So option 1 only 1, option 2 both 1 and 2, option 3 only 2, option 4 neither 1 nor 2. So the answer is option 2, both 1 and 2. So both 1 and 2 are correctly matched. Battle of Buxar was fought in the year 1764. Battle of Plassey was fought in the year 1757. So let us see the explanation. The Battle of Buxar was fought between the forces under the command of the British East India Company led by Hector Munro and the combined armies of Mir Qasim, Nawab of Bengal, Nawab of Awadh, Sujauddaulah and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II on 22nd October 1764. East India Company won the Battle of Buxar. The Battle of Plassey was fought between the British East India Company, led by Lord Clive, and the Nawab of Bengal Sirajud-Daulah and his French allies on 23rd June 1757. East India Company won the Battle of Plassey. Question number 17. English East India Company acquired Diwani of Bengal in option 1 1765, option 2 1755, option 3 1760, option 4 1770. So the answer is option 1 1765. So English East India Company acquired Diwani of Bengal in 1765, option 1. So let's see the explanation. The Mughal emperor granted the Diwani of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha to the East India Company in 1765. The rights were granted by the Shah Alam II under the Treaty of Allahabad that was signed on 12 August 1765 between the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II and Robert Clive of East India Company in the aftermath of the Battle of Buxar. Question number 18. In 1850, Kashmir was sold under which of the following treaties to the Dogra dynasty of Jammu? Option 1 Treaty of Allahabad, option 2 Treaty of Sugauli, and option. So the question actually is, in 1850 Kashmir was sold under which of the following treaties to the Dogra dynasty of Jammu? So the answer is